Hey everybody, Hunter, Fisher, Trapper, Trader, Guide, Scout, and Interpreter, and just a country cook, Steve Hall, here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with pretty Miss Sheila, doing a great job running that camera. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
Sheila and I went in the kitchen and gathered up all these goodies, so we're going to make this Southwest Skillet Cornbread. So let's get started. Come on over here. We'll show you what we're going to do. We just went over and did a show at the Nashville Nightlife Dinner Theater here in Nashville, Tennessee. Run into some wonderful people. And we ran into some folks from Texas. And we got to swapping recipes back and forth. And he said, you know what? I'll email you a Southwest Skillet Cornbread recipe. You'll love it. Before we even got home, I already had it on my smartphone. Let's see how smart this thing is. Now, he told me you'll need 2 bowls so you can mix up the wet ingredients over here and your dry ingredients over here. And we got some cheese, we got some buttermilk, we got all kinds of goodies. And let me get to the next page that he sent me here so I can tell you what goes in where. Well, in this bowl to begin with, you start out with 2 cups of your shredded cheese. In there also, you put your oil in there. And this is, let me see, I measured it out in the kitchen. This is 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. And this is 3/4 of a cup of whole buttermilk. And then it gets a little dicey here because he told me to put in 8.5 ounces of, I guess it's cream corn. The only problem is the can is 14.75 ounces, so I had to pour it in here. And I noticed 1 cup is 8 ounces, so it's 8.5, so I just went a little ways past a cup. Get that in there. And I bought these peppers the other day, and it's exactly what I needed for this recipe. And it's these little diced up green chilies. And I got them over in the international section, kind of over by the Spanish food and all that kind of stuff. And it's 4 ounces, and I got mild because Sheila won't eat that stuff if it's too hot. So we'll put in our little 4-ounce diced chilies in there, mild, so it's not too bad. Let me snag a spoon out of my thing over here and start stirring some of this stuff. Okay, we got all that mixed together. Now we need to put in 2 eggs beaten. And you don't have to worry about these ingredients because I'll put them in the description box below. So all you have to do is copy them and paste them onto a word sheet or something and print them out. Or anytime you want to do the recipe, just go back to Cooking with Shotgun Red and look up that recipe and watch the video and pause it and write it down as you go. All right, we got this part stirred in here. Now over here on this side, I got to get my smartphone back out because it's smarter than I am and see what he told me to put in there. Let's see here. Okay, 1 cup of all-purpose flour and 1 cup of cornmeal. This is going in our dry, and I put both of them in the same cup there, 1 cup of each. And that's just regular yellow cornmeal and regular all-purpose flour, 1 cup of each. Let me see what else was the dry ingredients. 1 teaspoon of salt in there, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda in there. Now here is my contribution to this. And I got to tell you this because this is just kind of the way I like cornbread. Now let me explain as I'm mixing up the rest of these dry ingredients. Right here is a little cup of the most controversial ingredient in the South. There's an old saying in the South, you don't put sugar in cornbread. But me and Sheila go to a little buffet up here in Madison, and we go through there, and they have the most delicious, sweet, golden brown cornbread. I even went to the manager and I said, man, I'd love to have that recipe. It's so delicious and it's so warm and yummy. And I said, I don't like regular just dry cornbread, but it's really sweet and delicious. He said, you know, we kind of got a battle going here. About half of the people love that, and the other half of the people say, you just ruined great cornbread because you put sugar in there. So this is not standard cornbread. This is this Southwest Skillet cornbread with all these little red chilies in here, green chilies. But I'm going to go ahead and dump a couple of tablespoons of sugar. Oh, I know there's people just wincing out there, but I want that sweet taste to complement the spicy, so it's kind of hot and sweet. Now, you don't have to put any in at all. You can put in 3 tablespoons. You can put in a 1/4 cup. You can put whatever you want, but I'm going to have in the description box 2 tablespoons of sugar in with all the dry ingredients. And let's get them mixed together now. We got our dry ingredients mixed over here, our wet ingredients mixed over here. Now we're going to spray our 10-inch cast iron frying pan here. And then he says when you mix these two together, once you get them both mixed up independently, just kind of fold it in until it's just barely mixed up, he said. Don't just keep beating it and mixing and mixing. So we'll see how we do here. Just kind of fold it in there. It's wanting to hang in there like a hair on a cheese sandwich. Wow, that's getting a real nice texture. I see what he's talking about now. Get the rest of that in there. We're going to just fold this in until it's mixed up, till I don't see any more dry. Do exactly what he said in this recipe. I'm really excited about trying this. Now we're going to bake this at 375 degrees, preheated oven at 375 for about 50 minutes. He said until a toothpick will come out of the middle of it, a wooden toothpick will come out of the middle of it without having anything on it. So we're going to check it at 45 minutes and then we'll go 5 minutes additional from there. Okay, it's all mixed up just barely, like he said. Now we're going to pour this stuff into our pan. Boy, the quantities and everything work just perfect for this size pan here. I am really excited about trying this. All right, there I am pounding it again. Perfect. Off we go to the oven, 375 degrees for 50 minutes. We'll check it at 45, and then we'll bring it back when it's golden brown and nothing sticks to that little wooden toothpick. See you in about 50 minutes. Man, I just went through 50 minutes of questions in the kitchen from that pretty little gal. Is it done yet? Have you ever had cornbread and milk? Oh man, I can't wait. Is it done yet? She's like a little kid on a trip going someplace in the back seat asking you every 5 minutes. Well, we finally made every 5 minutes all the way up to 50 minutes. Toothpick comes out nice and clean. This is really beautiful. Come on over here and take a close look. And I was talking about the blonde. It's really beautiful. But still come over and take a close look. You know, it's just a lot of fun to have our cooking channel, Cooking with Shotgun Red. Some recipes don't turn out as well as other ones, but this is just beautiful. It's almost a shame to cut it, but I'm going to do this here. We've let this rest for about 10 minutes, and we just can't stand it. So we're going to go ahead and make some cuts here. Let me go ahead and turn this around and get my left hand on the handle here because I'm right-handed. Do you cut cornbread in shapes like a pie, Sheila? Does that sound right?
That sounds good to me.
Okay, just checking. I didn't know whether to cut it in squares or to cut it in a pie.
I think if you're in a round pan, you don't go like you're doing it.
Okay, and it could probably cool a little bit more. It is still super, super hot, so it would probably firm up a little bit more and wouldn't be quite so crumbly looking. But let's see if we can't get one of these out of here. Let me get a saucer over here and see if I can't. Oh, looky there. Sheila, the question is when is it going to be done?
Yes.
It's done now.
Yay!
Wowee. And see, like I say, that's just so moist and so tender. Let me get these other little crumblies off the bottom here. I'm not even sure whose plate this will be. Probably yours. You're probably going to transfer this to a bowl with some milk, aren't you?
I'm thinking now.
That's what I thought. Now, Look at this. Isn't this pretty? Absolutely awesome. Well, we did just a little bit of a taste test while we were moving the camera. Absolutely delicious. And here's something that's key. It's not too sweet. In fact, the sweetness is just barely there. So I'm just going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar in the recipe because it's not real sweet like the cornbread up there at that buffet that we eat at. It's just enough to make it a wonderful, spicy, but yet not bland flavor. It's great. Try some. You got to try some of this Southwest Skillet Cornbread the next time you have some folks over to the house. And we really hope you subscribe to our channel. Little Shotgun Red's face will pop up over here in just a little bit. If you click on that, you can subscribe to the channel over here. We'll throw up a recipe you can check out. But is this the best Southwest Skillet Cornbread you ever ate? Boy, if it ain't, it ought to be. It is truly wonderful, isn't it, Sheila?
It is.
We've been nibbling over here. We got some over here to the side that kind of the crumbs that fell off there. But it's really, really good stuff. Give it a try. We'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Great job, Sheila.
Thank you.
Good night for now, but we're going to go in the kitchen and have us a little treat. Bye-bye.